Welcome back to Ratface44 Reviews. My name is James, and today we have Action Force Eclipse from Valaverse, and we'll do a little bit of a kit bash with these extra heads. So let's get this started! So before we open it up, we're going to take a look at the packaging. As you see, there's a nice window display of the figure right here. You got two extra heads. We're going to take a look at all that in just a moment. We'll look at the design. There's kind of braids in blue and red here. Very unique packaging specifically for this JoeCon, ValaCon exclusive. You got the Action Force logo all in red. 14 plus Eclipse, and there is the Valaverse logo. On the side we have some really nice artwork, very nice. It looks like some sort of water painting. Awesome war paint kind of coming down her face. Beautiful. And on the back of the packaging here we have there is Eclipse here with the screaming head. You have this nice design of her tampo right here, her tattoo. And you got a nice digital artwork with a kind of a desert background in her face. And you got the eclipse of the sun on her head there, overlaid. You got a nice file card right here. If you want to pause the screen, you can do that. Same artwork that's on the side here, that's on the file card. 2 action points. And on the other side here, you got the same kind of artwork. That's her tattoo, some feathers, red Action Force logo. And on the top of the packaging here, the window packaging kind of overlays and goes onto the top here, so the light could come down on the figure. If you're an inbox collector, my inner inbox collector is saying don't open this up because it is an exclusive. And I've only gotten one of these, so warning, choking hazards. Very beautiful box art. I'm going to keep this packaging for sure. So let's get the figure out of the packaging. So I have my trusty scalpel here. And we're going to go from the bottom. Yeah, my inner inbox collector is screaming right now. So let's pull out the figure. Boom. So there we have you. There is the figure all in the plastic. We'll get all the accessories out and we'll take a look. So let's take a look at the figure stand here that comes with all Action Force figures. Got 4 peg holes. Very awesome. So let's take a look at all the accessories from smallest to biggest like we always do on this channel. So Eclipse comes with 4 magazines just like this one. And also she comes with this knife with some nice silver paint detail on the blade. And on the handle, has a nice little texturing handle on there if you could take a look, and has this kind of notch on the back of the knife. Next it comes with this sidearm, has a really nice silver detail on the tip. This is pretty much the same handguns that come with the I think most of these female figures. And like all the other Action Force figures, they all come with a ton of hands, but these ones are kind of unique, that it has this kind of grayish, dark gray. It even has like a kind of a green tint to it. Maybe that's just me, but has these nice wrappings that go around her hand, just like all of them. So there's holding hands like this one, and they have cup hands. And of course trigger hands are default on the figure, and not to forget the fist hands. And of course Eclipse comes with her unique rifle here, or machine gun, and also the magazines are removable, so we can go ahead and port that in there. Fits like a glove. And this rifle has really nice paint detail. It has like a silver highlight there. And it's all done in the same kind of color as a little bit, actually it's a little bit lighter color, but it does match, and it has this kind of gray type of color on the rifle. Really awesome detail. I think we've seen this before on the other Eclipse figure. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. So we'll go into with the extra heads. Here is the screaming head. Really freaking cool. Check that out. That is awesome. You can see there's kind of a red detail on her nose, and the black war paint coming down her face. Very, very nice hair sculpt with a little bit of a, there is a blue clip for her braid. Beautiful. Just amazing detail. That is wicked. Check that out. You can see there's a paint detail on her teeth. Really cool. The other extra head is the balaclava head. She still has the war paint on her face over her eyes. Very cool. Check that out. Amazing detail. And it has like this another kind of braid or some sort of headdress, some sort of hair accessory. Actually, it's not a hair accessory. It looks like some sort of jewelry that kind of keeps the head wrap in position. And there's a kind of a paint detail on the edge of her balaclava. Very beautiful. The sculpt is just amazing. And I almost forgot, she comes with this sickle. Very awesome. We've seen this before with Pandora. Nice silver detail. So let's take a look at the figure. So far, amazing. There's so much color on this figure. As we look at the overall coordination of this figure, absolutely beautiful. What stands out, of course, the tattoo is just on point. It doesn't look blotchy at all. The head sculpt, it's her kind of calm face. So let's look at the figure from top to bottom. Let's start from the head sculpt. It is absolutely on point. The hair, nice brown hair. You can see a little bit paint detail right here on the side of her head. It's kind of like a silver detail. Of course, there is the blue clip for her braid. I really like this head sculpt. The balaclava kind of down over her neck, and the same kind of silver detail on the edge of the balaclava. And she has this kind of body armor that's in kind of a greenish color. I love how muted all the colors are. It's not super bright or anything. She's definitely ready for combat. So Eclipse's web gear is in this kind of OD green with some nice kind of silver scratch paint job. There is a lot of detail in this web gear, which is really cool. A lot of cool paint applications, like this two-tone blue and green color, and it has these molded in type of straps that are in black here, and you can see the kind of the gray OD green clips that are on the straps here, and it goes all the way to the back, and you see you have this kind of spine type of protection in OD green and a kind of a silverish blue. You have a knife sheath on the back. You got some holsters with some clips that are removable. As we move down, you'll see there is a belt that's in green and black. You have some nice texturing of the pants. She also has a holster for her sidearm, and on her thigh holster there is molded in magazines, I suppose. You got some nice black straps that go around her thigh. And we move down here, you'll see she has some knee pads with some silver scratch detail in OD green. As we move down, you got some more texturing, and on her green boots she has these shin guards that have some silver scratch details, and it's pretty much all the same color down to her boots. Some nice detail, molded in detail on her boots, like there's a strap here you could see, and kind of like a lace cover that goes over, and a peg hole. You got some nice detail grips for her boots. Very nice detail, amazing. So when we look at her arms here, you can see that, like I was saying, the tattoo is on point. You have some forearm wraps that go around her forearms, of course, and her hands, which is really a nice detail. She is ready to kick ass. Gotta love this figure, man. Love it. So let's gear her up. Alright, so we have her sidearm here. We'll go ahead and throw it in the holster. And we have her knife. We'll go ahead and slot that in here, if I can get it in. There it goes, fits in nicely. I'm gonna have to heat up this figure. It's quite cold in my apartment right now, and so we could swap the head out. All right, so let's pop the head off. Comes off easily. I'll go ahead and put in the screaming head. I heated up the screaming head a little bit so it could fit. Hopefully, it looks like it's fits pretty well. No popping noise. So I might keep this head on. Check that out. Looks pretty gnarly. So here is Eclipse with the balaclava head. Looks pretty freaking sweet. So like I said, I'm going to use her screaming head as default on this figure. Right, so let's try her out on the figure stand. Fits perfectly. So let's load her up with her weapon. Awesome. This looks freaking dope. Wicked. Check that out. Kind of hinders the movement of her head, the handkerchief or the balaclava. And we could put her sickle in her hand. I'm gonna switch this out and put the holding hand in. There you go. So let's put the sickle in her hand. She's ready for war. Warpath Eclipse. That looks freaking cool. So I have an extra army builder here, kind of kit bash with the ops and the extra Pandoras I have. Please check out my other videos of my kit bash series 3 female wave. You can see how I created this and how everything fits together, how to take it apart. The head doesn't really match the skin tone very well. Pandora's body is pretty pale, and Eclipse's skin is a little darker. I'm probably not going to be using this head. I'm probably going to be using the balaclava head. This kind of works a little bit better. That way the skin tone is a little darker here, so I think I'm going to use that. That looks pretty cool until I get another gear pack. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a comparison with the regular Eclipse. As you can see, it's pretty much exactly the same mold, but in a different color. Obviously, all the extra cool heads that comes with Warpath Eclipse is freaking awesome. So if you look at the weapon, it is pretty much the same weapon, but the regular Pandora has a scope, and obviously the color is different. But it's the same rifle. I'm pretty sure, just by looking at it right now. It looks pretty much the same. I could be wrong. I know like the butt of the gun is a little different. It's kind of hollow, and hers is solid color. But let's look at the head sculpt, the calm face of Eclipse. Same sculpt. So let's take a look at the balaclava head. Same sculpt, different color. Still very cool. So there you have it, guys. There is my Warpath Eclipse review. I hope you enjoyed it. Final thoughts. It's a freaking awesome exclusive. I love the paint, how dark it is. She kind of looks like a night ops type of soldier. Really cool. What do you guys think? Did you guys get it? Are you going to get it? Please let me know down in the comments section down below what you think about this figure. So if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I know 62% of you are not subscribed. Why not subscribe? It helps the channel grow. I do a lot of Action Force and G.I. Joe figure reviews here. So thanks for watching. Yo Joe, and it's time for action.